I was actually a little close to doing a little bit of a different video for a live stream today till literally the game decided to be completely retarded. And I hate to say that right off the rip like that, but I went 2 games shitting on some people that were trying to talk shit, and then after just left on the third game, where the third game I should have went 21-0. I'm not joking. I should have went 21 kills, 0 deaths. Yes, I was running the swordfish, which yes is kind of broken, but at the same time I can't say it's full broken when the game literally just gave me 3 deaths due to them eating a full 5-round burst multiple times. It wouldn't just be like one time it was just a 5-round burst. No. I literally had like some dude eat 10 bullets from my swordfish, no stem. Literally 10 bullets at 10 meters away or less, and just get to kill me with dual wield SMGs. I went in first. I literally slam shot, like, flicking over to one dude to the left, shot him, seen a dude cross my screen, which by the way was a hit marker on that dude. Instantly aiming over to the, you know, pretty much he was running left. I'm going left. There's a wall there. I'm not going to stare at a wall. So I flicked to the right and I shut down the dude that ran to the right, as in, like, I shot him. He ate another 5-round swordfish, literally less than 10 meters. Like, this dude's literally just on the other side of the fucking doorway of me. That's how fucking close he is. And he just gets to eat all 5 rounds, which, by the way, you're telling me the mod 15 kills in 4 rounds, literally on full auto fire. It kills in 4 rounds, going like that fast, okay? Kills in 4 rounds, but with 0 recoil, but a swordfish that literally is just a burst weapon. Think of that. I can't literally just hold the fucking R2 trigger and shoot like it goes at that speed, even with rapid fire, okay? It's slow as fuck. You're going to tell me 5 rounds coming out of that, hitting somebody legit in the chest, less than 10 meters, is just going to get 8? And scratch that. It wasn't just one dude. I shot the dude to the left and the dude to the right, which means they both ate 5 rounds, which is 10 rounds out of my mag gone. Okay? Tell me, how the fuck did they both get to eat that? And at this point, I was going 8-0. I'm not joking. I was 8-0 while also clutching up a round and actively saying the dude's going to push right, he's going to go mid, he's doing this, literally giving callouts where the dude may actually go, and my guesses were correct, meaning I could guess the enemy's routes. So I threw a grenade onto the heady and pushed into the bomb, right? 2 shit markers with a 5-round burst weapon on 2 separate people. Tell me, game, how the fuck do you manage to flop that hard? Twice in one round, not even 3 seconds apart from each other. Technically, my 8-0 at that should have been a 10-0 at that point. I did not miss. I literally got the fucking shit markers, which tells me I hit them. So, how the fuck is the game going to be that stupid? So, yeah. So, right there at the 10-0 moment, then a little bit later, same game, by the way, legit same game, probably the next fucking round. Yeah, same thing. Literally not even 10 meters away from somebody, shot them point blank with the swordfish, with my team literally just hearing the dude with invisible going with the that the invisible does run past them, and my team is still looking the other fucking direction. At this point, I back up and I shoot. I actually hit him because he was literally directly in front of me. So literally being directly in front of me at, like, literally his nose is almost touching mine, and me hip firing the 5-round burst. Yeah, all 5 rounds is literally straight in his chest and stomach. There is no missing. He eats all 5 rounds and then gets to just knife me. And the knife isn't a stabbing motion at my throat, my head, or my heart, the brain, heart, or lungs. It is a slicing motion, literally just going right to left. And you're telling me that that knife in a slicing motion is going to cut through bulletproof armor, my skin, my bones, everything, and kill me in one swing. Yeah, kind of broken, COD. Okay, very broken. 5 rounds somehow just get 8, like fat kid on Twinkie style. Um, and he just gets to like knife me with a small ass fucking knife that isn't even stabbing; it is cutting. Okay, and we all know how sharp military knives are. Let's be honest. If you actually go look at a real, not karambit, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name right off the top of my head. But the legit military knives, they're thick as fuck because they're made to stab through the armor, so they got to have strength. They're not sharp. So cutting through the bulletproof vest, all like the clothing, the bulletproof vest, which is all the Kevlar, all that shit right here on the chest, yeah, not happening. Okay. God, you literally just held somebody's hand who done that. And then literally the same game, the round directly after that. Okay, the dude kills my teammate somewhere in mid map and runs down to like behind the car, like he's at the car section of where the bomb is, tucked into a corner. I literally strafe the car and I see him. I strafe back out and put a 5 round burst into this dude's chest. He eats every bit of it and then gets to snipe me. So you're telling me 5 bullets in his chest, where 4 bullets is supposed to kill, 5 bullets in his chest, just gets fat kid and Twinkied, and then he just gets to one shot me with a sniper? Legit, 4 deaths. And I went 19-4. But you know why? That's why. It wasn't because I got outplayed. No, no, no. It wasn't because my aim was shit. No. It was because the game decided to hold hands and let them just eat. Like they're a goddamn fat kid pounding down Twinkies, okay? COD, can we fix the shit registry we have of our servers? If somebody shoots a 5 round burst swordfish in someone's fucking chest at 5 meters or less, it needs to be a goddamn one burst kill. Okay, that is 5 bullets hitting them, not one. It's not like it's going and but the bullets are actually leaving the barrel like okay, that's not what's happening. The explosions that you hear in the gun is the rounds being set off, which means there's only not even a millimeter of spacing between each fucking bullet that's coming out of the gun. So for all 5 bullets to hit literally milliseconds after each other, that health bar should be 100, none. Not 100, half. And that is the only death I had. Like 2 games before that. And I don't mean rounds, I mean legit 2 games. I forget the name of the map, but it has the fucking statue on the right side. That has the opening, the fan blade opening that leads into the middle that goes into the building to the left, the under arch to the right, or down the stairwell to the other bomb site. Anyone who knows COD at this point knows the map I'm talking about. They might not know the fucking map name, but they know the layout. Dude runs up to the heady next to the statue. I'm on the heady out the door underneath the window. 5 round burst swordfish to the head. Literally, the only thing above the goddamn cover is his head. And somehow I only done 30 damage. I'm not joking. 5 round burst headshot. Only 30 damage. There was literally only 30% of the health gone from the dude's health bar. No stim, nothing for extra health. The game just held this fucking hand. And then he openly hold on. Here's even more to bring onto that. He openly admits verbally, bro, you stole my kill. I had aimbot locked onto his head. Literally openly verbally said it. He had aimbot. And the game didn't even go, wait a minute, hold up. He's admitting he has cheats. Ban. Not the game just let him continue the rounds after that, as if nothing happened. After he openly expressed, I have aimbot. Good job, COD. Do we not have anything that actually can catch verbal? Because technically, you guys say you do. When someone drops the word that rhymes with ragged, you guys know what I mean. Change the R to an F. Okay. Um, or any other potentially hurtful word, and they get comms banned. But yet they can say, I have cheats, I can cheat, I got aimbot with zero fucking repercussion. Literally openly admitting it and no ban. Wonderful fucking anti cheat, COD. Wonderful. Not to mention, how about every report I've literally shown where literally directly after the report, which would be the 10-second fucking clip you guys get, shows the dude tracing me through a wall. He's not looking where I would come out at. No, he's actively aiming directly on me and following me through the wall. And we can't even ban that. Or walls, but using it the soft way where they look at it but don't track you through the wall directly with their scope, but they look over and they look over directly at the wall and go, okay, he's still like one room over. Looks to the right and then flicks back just on the perfect timing to shoot you. I mean, you can't make the shit up. Their anti-cheat is horrible. So legit, one round, I literally prove. Like, to be honest with you guys, I do report cheating on this because, yes, I will say it is full on cheating. It's the game holding hands, them eating bullets, getting more health than they possibly should have. In a way, yes, that's cheating. If I pull out the 5-round bird, burst, swordfish, and I shoot somebody 3 meters away, literally, we're about to collide into each other and he just eats every bit of it. And then my character ends up like running into him like he's a fucking hard wall, right? Like I'm trying to run into a wall, but yet he gets to just like phase right through me like I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost, turn around and shoot me in the back. Yeah, I'm reporting that all day as cheats. Fix your game. If I have to put cheats on that for you to comically see it before you fix the retarded shit, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not having bullshit happen. We watched me upload yesterday a clip where all I needed was me. My whole team was fucking horrible. I uploaded a clip literally where I'm the one running around. I'm the only one going positive. My teammates, literally the most kills they get is 4. They're going 4 and 12, if not 0 and 12. We have 2 people who go AFK and I'm shitting on a 6-man team. I'm making 3 people from that 6-man team end up rage quitting and being a 1v3 at that point. And I'm still shitting on the 3 people. Activision, if I can do that, do not tell me my aim is shit. Especially do not say that they're eating 5 bullets and then killing me. My skill already has been proven enough. If I can literally 1v6 fucking 12 fucking rounds and shit on an enemy team, do not bullshit me in my next games after that. At this point, EOMM, SBMM, you better crumple that shit up and drop kick it. Okay, get it the fuck out of my goddamn games. I'm tired of having teammates that are so high smoking weed that they don't give 2 shits about the game and then try to talk shit. I'm tired of seeing people who are expressively cheating. Like you can tell the real snipers with people with actual movement and somewhat like deliberating like is he going to be here or there, or they do end up missing or they over flick, right? So they miss their shots. with actual reaction timing, you can tell those from the people who is always 100% consistently hitting a shot and literally always looking where someone's going to be at 100% of the time. Now, you can say, like, oh, they might push mid, but that doesn't mean they're directly at mid at that point. That means they might push it 20, 30 seconds later. That doesn't mean they're there now, which means when you're actually guessing about where people are going to be, it doesn't mean they're there immediately. Sometimes it can, but you're not going to look and go, okay, I looked at mid, I seen it clear. I'm going to look to the right, give it 3 seconds, and someone's going to be there. No one does that. Okay, once they see something is clear, it's clear. Now, 20 seconds later, where people actually had time to completely move around the map, maybe you ran to B. Now someone might actually be at mid. That's the time you actually do go recheck it. Is timing. No one just goes, I'm going to look left, look right, look left, and someone's going to be there. That tells me he's seen someone through the wall and is just trying to make it look like he's going back to recheck the area. And it's funny whenever you can watch consistent gameplay of them and they only recheck the area when someone's actually going to be there. They don't ever look left when someone's not there. Like when he shoots me and I have nobody behind me, he'll look right, pretend like nothing's coming. But then, yet, the one moment he kills me and I have a teammate 3 seconds behind me, he's still up and holding that angle. Just out of nowhere, knowing it. This time, yes, there's more than one. Is crazy. While the last time he just actively knew there's only one. Does not make sense. Being able to predict your enemy is one thing, but being way too good at prediction, like you're just 100% right all the time, that's not possible. There's no one on this earth that does that. Not even robots do that consistently. Let's be honest. Even like robots that have predictability, like they're actually made to do predictions, still fail fucking predictions. So if you're telling me a robot, something that systematically is supposed to be correct 99.99% of the time, can do it and still fail, is crazy to say that someone who is not even a robot does it. I'm sorry, it's no. Okay, no. Mistakes are going to be made. Humans make mistakes every day and make bad decisions. No one is perfect. Even pro league members, watch them. Like even like FaZe Rain or anybody on the FaZe crew as today, they're not 110% accurate. They will actually miss probably a good 30% of their shots. Let's be honest. And that's the actual legit ones who are good at sniping, but they're not perfect because no one is. But when you get somebody who is hitting shots better than the top elite and making it look like the top elite are shitters, that's a little bit, no, that's sus. Okay. Even KD will tell you that. Win-loss will tell you that. Okay. No one legit has above a 2.5 KD. Let's be honest. No one legit. Because let's put skill-based matchmaking in order. Okay. Even if they're a 6-man, that's engagement optimized matchmaking. It's going to be hitting that, which means they're not always going to be killing in the same time frame. The game is going to bullshit them. And for the game to bullshit them, and let me put it this way, it softly tries to keep everybody at a 1.0 or a 1.5 win-loss and KD, which means if it's trying to do that soft through the game itself, and it's built into the game to rig you as a player, yeah, it's crazy to say somebody can have a 4.0. That's actually technically impossible unless they're doing something to cheat the system. Get rid of SBMM, get rid of engagement optimized matchmaking where it doesn't count your last 5 to 10 matches to see how good or bad you were doing to either nerf or buff you. There's got to be a way you're avoiding that. And avoiding it is cheating because it's directly tied into the game. Which means if a VPN somehow hides that, and which I really doubt it does, let's be honest, because it's supposed to go off your account, not your internet connection, meaning it's not your IP that gets read, it is your account that gets read. But, anyways, let's say somehow a VPN does somehow affect that and throw you in lobbies where you're never getting skill based matchmaking. You're never getting engagement optimized matchmaking. That's cheats. You're using a third party software, something that drastically edits the game in your favor that isn't directly tied to the game itself. That's the same as I always put. If you're on a modded controller, you're still cheating. You can say, well, it's still a PlayStation controller, it's still a controller, but at the end of the day, most modded controllers, actually technically all of them, come with it. It just might not have it enabled because you didn't pay for it. But if you was to pay for it, it's the same controller. They just modulate it, meaning they just activate it to the controller. So if you know what you're doing, you could take it apart at home and put the modulation on yourself and then put the controller back together. But anyways, third-party controllers all have recoil macros, to control recoil for yourself so you don't actually have to get good at the game. You just point and shoot and the controller does it itself for you. You're not actively doing it. Rapid fire macros, which, by the way, you can see this when someone's going like that fast on their switch weapon. That's not possible, guys. Even a 1-2 press on your keyboard, as in like if your one button is to pull your primary, two is to pull something else, and you was to spam the shit out of both of them, there is a delayed timer to when your buttons actually get pressed, which means you are not going to pull them quick. This might sound like not okay. So for it to go, it has to be a modded controller, which tells me if you're running that, you're running anti-recoil. You're running probably other shit too, which, by the way, some of this shit is built-in aimbot. And when I say this, it's stickier aim assist. It's not a direct aimbot. It might help you aim to someone or even, like stick to someone harder than regular aim assist does. That is built into modded controllers. Okay. On top of, there is like cheats that as soon as you aim a sniper and you scope over to someone, the timing of your crosshair scanning somebody, it will auto shoot for you. You don't have to pull the trigger. The game will macro it for you. And it will see when the shot needs to be displayed, released in order to get the hit. Modded controllers do this stuff for you. Okay, so if you're on a modded controller, you're a cheater as well. If you cannot use the regular controller that is handed to you when you buy your system, you are a cheater. Now, there's things that are third party that, I will not classify as cheating because it doesn't actually do anything for you. It just makes the controller maybe comfortable, like people with longer thumbs where it's harder to kind of fit onto a controller, where it feels like their thumbs are hitting like in the middle of the controller and they're having to use like the back joint to their thumb, right? Because my cousin's one of those. They do make joystick extensions. I forget what they're actually called, but they just basically raise the joystick. Does it make you aim better? No. I mean, if you have like really long thumbs, yeah, because you're not having to clash your thumbs together. You're actually able to set the top of your thumb, which is the base right underneath your fingernail, into the actual set of the controller, allowing you to have a little bit better movement and aim compared to having your joint being there and harder to like move stuff around and hitting your thumb together, right? So it just makes the controller more comfortable. Those, no, they're not cheating. They're just making the controller comfortable. It's more of an aesthetic. Now, an actual modded controller, back pedals, remove recoil, little buttons you hit in order to activate certain things, which are your macros. Yeah, now that is cheating. Outright, I don't care who you think you are, you're cheating at that point. You need to get banned. I don't care if you feel like, well, I paid for everything. You paid to cheat. I mean, if you really wanted to play the game and not catch a ban, you should have just been able to use the controller out of the box. All right. Um, and it ain't controllers that just have macros and, well, everything I'm telling you. Mouse and keyboard as well, guys. Anything that just has a button you press can be macroed. Okay. So a mouse and keyboard and a controller can do it. Um, it's crazy. I have to like talk about stuff like this because it actually physically is crazy. Um, but I feel like someone needs to put that out there. And yeah, I was going to do a Call of Duty stream, but then you have too many people using cheats that shit talk that should have just banned in the first place and never been able to. Even especially like blatant, like when you see them tracking somebody through a wall, like they're not even like the best way to put this. Let me just kind of wait till I load into my Minecraft world here, and I'll give you an example, like a very easy example, right? And on top of that, it is their reaction time too. To let you know, it takes about 70 milliseconds for an average human to react. 70. And that's average, as if you don't have like visual impairment or no offense, but you're a little slow upstairs, right? The average person is 70 milliseconds. Okay. To react. So if somebody was going like this and coming around the corner right here with a slide, I wouldn't just be able to go immediate. It would be like, oh shit, and then literally call it that, right? Because realistically, down to your reaction time in milliseconds, which also gets delayed by the milliseconds it takes to actually show the person in game. So it takes about 60 to 70 milliseconds before you actually get to see the person, and then you have about 60 to 70 milliseconds to react. So the average human's reaction time is about 120 milliseconds to react. Okay? So for someone to literally be here, wall jumping off something, you come sliding around, and immediately being on you is no. They're not going to be able to insta drop down and be on you and track you perfectly. The reaction time would actually have them shooting a little behind you. By the time you stop and turn to look each other is about the time you would actually be killing each other fundamentally. Okay, it wouldn't be just him jumping off a wall and immediately looking down at you and being able to kill you like that. Okay. Next is blatant cheaters will do this. Not that, okay? Because let's be honest, a cheater wants to see through this, to see where you're actually setting. So they can know if you're crouched, if you're standing, if you know you've laid down and gone prone. They will use their walls to look through it in order to react onto you, right? So like let's say there's a person prone right here, right? And then let's say it's somewhere usually people would not be. They don't have UAV yet, and he just goes, you know they're cheating. There's no question to that, okay? Especially like COD, this is one thing I will call you out on. Your devs done good in MW3 with one of the boots, and then you guys legit went backwards on it, and I feel like it's stupid. It's retarded. Okay, if you're going to have something in the game where people claim to be good and they trash talk, they got to have awareness, right? Which means if somebody could be right here, right? They shouldn't have to continuously to be off the mini map. Let them actually do this. You know why? Because realistically, if I'm a good player, I should be able to come around there and just check that real quick and then move on. Okay? I wouldn't be, okay, he's not moving. Oh, he's right here. Okay? Realistically, if I'm a good player, I'm checking this corner. I'm checking this corner as I'm moving around because They could be anywhere. But when you have a game that isn't unpredictable, because everybody's predictable, meaning they have to constantly be doing this, which is making what? Hear that? Sound is predictable, right? And if somebody's running something to lessen the footstep sounds, it's still fucking like someone's doing that. See how many times I get tracked because they're like, "Oh, I just heard your feet," but I'm running the fucking perk that literally is supposed to dampen the sound of my feet, and yet they still hear me like this. Like, COD, do we not know how to make a game? If it's up to someone's awareness, they should be able to come around and go, okay, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, and then work their way through. They shouldn't go, oh, there's nothing there. I know because my mini map. Oh, there's someone going to be right here. Boom. Right? Just because the dude was setting still. They need to be able to actually go through and, like peek what they need to actually peek. I hate to say that to sound like a dick, but half of these players that pretend to be good, they're just abusing the system of where someone who is actually supposed to be off UAV has to set like this. No. They got to move. They got to do this, which is making sound. Okay? They need to fix that and update it really quickly. Also, guys, everyone joining right now, I'm an idiot. Oh, well. I was going to do that because I wanted to test something. And it worked. Okay. We're good. We are right here. We need to actually sleep, turn it daytime, and then turn on the fly mode. But anyways, guys, it's kind of oofed. What in the chords did I just see? Oh, well. Ability, add a, mayfly, twoo. True, I know how to say that, guys. I just say twoo because I like talking like a kid sometimes. I don't know why, I just do. Like, Bandito to Dorito is what I call him, but it's, I know it's Dorito, and then Bandit is actually how it's supposed to be called in Rainbow. Ghost, I call him Ghosty. We got Pombo, which is Pombi, and stuff like that, which, I do talk like that occasionally. I find it more inviting when someone does that, I guess is the best way to say that, because if you're always constantly talking on like a harsh tone, I don't feel like that's very inviting. And by the way, this is not my house. This is my cousin's area that he's been working on. I mean, I helped him build a little bit of it. Hence, like, he has a garden, stuff like that, which is the way I build my gardens, because he doesn't know how to make them like this. He does kind of really weird, like, imagine trying to grow, like, the best way to say this, imagine trying to grow like this or wheat, and the way he grows it is like he's trying to grow sugar cane. Okay. He'll have like one bit of water where underneath this is water. He'll have one bit of water, and then right here would be wheat or sugar cane or whatever, and then he'll have water, and then you get it, right? I'm not trying to be mean about him. I'm just saying that's how he kind of grows his crops. That's why I kind of helped out with the garden. We helped him with the garden. I helped him with a little bit of this house, and I say a little bit because, well, we know this is not how I like to build my houses. So I just kind of went with whatever idea he was going and trying to make it as best as possible. That way it could still be roofable without having to be a basic square or something that you are just going to have a flat roof on. Because if you actually would have seen what this looked like originally, man was cooked, okay? It would have been hard to make any type of house. The best way I could say that is like, if I with the fly ability, he had pretty much, hold on. Imagine something that looked like the tip of this right now with how this looks directly like this. That's what he was trying to build right there. Dear Lord, I could not imagine trying to do the roof. Like literally everything from here to here to here, uh, this section. Actually, I was a little bit wrong here. This comes up one because this is by one. But literally like that is what he was building right here. The headache of me trying to think about, okay, uh, it's a one by one gap, especially for here. The roof has to connect. Like, dude, like figuring out a roof for that type of build, especially that is not asymmetrical, meaning like, this side matches this side to this side, while also keeping a different shape than a square, is kind of hard to do a roof for. So, like right now, I know I can go from here and do a roof going down that way, going straight out this way, kind of like think of like a mobile home. And then I can easily take this and then just run this into the mobile home styled roof to give it something that isn't square and just a basic flat roof, right? Like that, I know I can somewhat do. But yeah, my cousin's original build was cooked. But I wanted to bring you guys over and show you guys this. He is building directly on the spawn. I think you guys actually spawn like right here. I'm not joking. So he is actually building directly on the spawn. So he's one of those people that builds directly in the spawn. I don't. Now, I'm not gonna say it's bad because I mean there are like large YouTubers out there that do that. But me, I'm one of those that likes to flag 1,000 blocks that way or that way or that way, and then start building. On top of, I like to find little cool areas. Ooh, we got a shippy ship. I like to find really cool areas. In other words, in order to build that, I don't build directly on the spawn. Now, I might light the spawn up or give you guys some tools and torches. That way, when you spawn in, you might actually have a little bit early. That's it. Oh, yeah, this is the one me and Pombo done. I am not fighting those again, especially right now since I do have gapples, but I do not have a totem. Let's go over here to this little raid outpost, the newer ones from the Better Structures mod. That, like, I'm not going to lie, these spawn in nicely. So does the other ones. It's just the actual temples from them that don't spawn correctly. And I meant to show this the other day, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Let's move over to Warps, and we're actually going to go to Pombi's Temple because this is right next to Pombo's base. We found a jungle temple, and it's not even in the jungle. Like, guys, right there is the small jungle. Right over there is the bigger version of a jungle. Like, if I do this, you guys can see, like, see, it does get bigger. Okay. There's the jungle. Right here is a birch forest. Birch, 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 birch. And somehow the jungle temple is spawned into it. Okay. Whoever made this plugin, I don't know if Minecraft updated and broke it or if they somewhat broke their own plugin. It could be one of the two, but they never fixed it. This has been this way now for like, I think 3 or 4 Minecraft updates. They're not spawning in their actual biome. Like this jungle, that's a jungle. That's a jungle. Why is it in the birch forest? And I can show this even in single player. I loaded one up or the only structures mod, by the way, so I won't get the little like this one here, right? Which comes off of the other structures mod I have. Just because I was like, okay, is this structure mod causing issues? Which, by the way, whoever made this structure mod did a really horrible like temple because they could have done something like that. Okay. And that's why the Better Structures mod is way better. I just like the other structures mod because it does have a couple okay things in it. But let's go to single player. And I'm going to show you guys something that is hilarious. As in, like, the developer to this that you pay for, by the way, to get this mod, it is a paid mod, and it's a pretty large paid mod. It's not a super cheap, like, $4 one. Um, has not done anything. So you can see New Pyramids is the name of this right here, which it is a survival world. I probably should have made it creative because I am going to turn on fly and fly around. But I'm going to show you guys. This place has like, I think 2 or 3 jungles, and none of them have the pyramids. And to make this even funnier, is I altered the spawn rate to everything. So for instance, if I go to better structures here, since it's the only one in, and we go to settings, you're going to notice vibrant visuals compatibility is on. Disable all environmental particles, so I don't have to worry about the particles, dropping to like 1 FPS. But Grand Pyramid spawn rate, high. Jungle Sanctuary spawn rate, which, I mean, could be the Jungle Pyramids, so let's just put that on high. Wandering Trader Camp off, Pillager Camp low, Pillager Ship spawn rate low, Ruin spawn rate, you know what, we'll go high. Dungeon spawn rate is high, low for the huts, and then Nether Citadel is high. Okay. If I quickly just go in fly mode, so we'll just do that ability at a may fly true and fly around. There is a giant jungle right here. Okay, and we're loading in again, so maybe it might have a chance of spawning something in. I doubt it. But notice, no temple. They're all set to high, meaning they're supposed to spawn a lot of them. And, yeah, still no temple. Still none. None. And I'm just showing you guys, like, it's ridiculous. And then right here is just a rock area. I'm just showing that right quick because it looked like one might have been there, but no. Nope, 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 nope. The only thing I will say is I don't like this generation seed I got because, yeah, it has a really good, like, a lot of jungle, a lot of dark oak, a lot of stuff like that. But for some reason, the desert spawn, where I done the teleport to a desert, because I was checking it, it was very low. And to be honest with you, like, look, we have no jungle temples. Okay, wait a minute. Nope, this is a jungle ruin. Okay, this is the little ruins that can spawn, not the actual temple itself. Okay, keep going. So we see new stuff can spawn. Okay, but these are spawning nicely. Look, there's 1. Okay, here's 2 for those that we just seen. And these are set to like medium or low or something like that. And you can see they're spawning nicely. But where are the temples? And you see, this is a large jungle, so technically you can't say like, oh, it has to spawn on the outskirts. It should be in this jungle somewhere. On top of this jungle, where again, there is nothing here. Okay? On top of this jungle, where again, nothing as we can see. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And notice, we've been flying for a good little bit now. And you've seen I've turned this to high. I should be literally I should have by now already seen a jungle pyramid. How much jungle have we already covered? Okay, we already covered that one, so we'll keep going this way. Alrighty. And yeah, so far, no pyramid. Still. And we've been over a large jungle on top of multiple jungle biomes that both are large jungles and the small ones. Okay? And again, look, here is another jungle. So we've already scanned that. Let's keep going this way. Another jungle. And still no pyramid. We've been through at least 3 jungle biomes. And no pyramid. None. None. 9. 9. Right? Like, I don't know about you, but Spawn was like right over there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Spawn is like somewhere like right here. I actually spawned like right next to that ice cap and then flew this way. But You're telling me the stuff I set to rare is spawning in more often than the stuff I set to high. Like the stuff I set to spawn more of is rare. And yet the stuff that I actually set to rare is everywhere. I do need this because I need to go grab a crafting table and turn it to food while we're flying around. Okay, is there a crafting table in here? No, but I mean, there is bread. That's what we're trying to make. Okay, there's probably a thing upstairs, but I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, more of this. More bread won't hurt. More texture packs need to actually make 3D modeling like this, man, but make it where it just stays in 3D. There's no chance at, like, the 3D going away. Because it seems like it only does it when sunlight is directly affecting. That's another downside, because look, it's not 3D. And then if I go find where the sunlight is actually hitting it, see, there's like little pixelation is 3D, and then right here, the 3D goes away. I don't like that. Make it where it stays consistently 3D. So consistent 3D with consistent real waves like this would be amazing for a texture pack. And don't make everything so bright and vivid. But anyways, yeah, we haven't even done that. And if I do slash locate right quick, I'm going to show you how small this desert is with this one and why I don't like it. Slash locate biome Minecraft desert. So you can see we are 1,700 something blocks away. We're going to fast travel to that. So we're going to do slash teleport. Oh, whoops, hold on. Before I do teleport, I need to actually see the chat so that way I can actually see the we're going to do, wait, we can't do slash. So it's going to be like this. Okay, negative 2604. Oh, this is going to be one I haven't been to yet. 63. Negative 3675. Oh, whoops, 75. And then slash teleport. Boom. Oh, it's still basically the same one right next to this. This little bit here is my desert. Just this little itty bitty thing right here is my desert. I'm sorry, but that is not a desert. That is a beach. Minecraft, that is a beach. That is not a desert. Unless you're talking about even the coral bits right here, which is underwater. Minecraft generation needs to really step up its game. Okay. I should not be seeing a desert that small. A desert is supposed to be a large, vast, dry, humid, dusty area, not a small little alcove. Now, desert island could be a thing, but even then, I still wouldn't say like call that a desert. I would still say call that a beach. Anyways, still nothing there. We're in a swamp. Hi, Shrek. Kidding. I'm kidding. Anyways, keep going. Let's just fly this way. Let me guess. That's a desert, according to Minecraft right now. Anyways, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because I'd probably eventually, if I was to continuously stay near like a large jungle and fly the entire biome around each bit and edge of the jungle, I might find one. But at the moment, they're not spawning in the jungles like they should. They're not spawning on a desert like they should because there's two versions of it. There's the desert one, which upgrades the desert temple, as in like it's a giant version of a desert temple that looks a lot better, which is how I feel like Minecraft should have made the stuff anyways. And then there is a giant version of the jungle temple that matches kind of the desert temple style, which is how I feel the Minecraft temples should have just been at base game. Both made from Mojang, or, at least upgraded whenever Microsoft bought out Mojang for Bedrock Edition. But anyways, yeah. Um it is just RIP because we can see a lot of the beach around here, nothing. Even this, which technically I believe that would actually be counted as a desert right now. So if I was to fly this way and I don't know, locate biome desert, 1900, is that still the same chords? We just use teleport to that. No. I'm about at 1914. So yeah, it's got to be like a little island we've seen like that behind us or near us. It's not a actual desert. Keep going. I really could not like see this seed me playing on it for a long period of time because of, I don't know. Like I just don't see beauty in the world at the moment. The eye of the beholder does not see anything that he would likely willingly build. There's a regular temple. How many jungles do I need to go through in order to find one? Is going to be the actual best question here. Because again, still nothing. Even the outskirts just over there where the temple spawned last time on my multiplayer world, still nothing. Okay? Nothing. Okay, I could probably build in that island. Like that right there would be pretty good. And make my own little like water base or something. Find something like a broken mountain to make a floating base or something along that is what I would actually deem base material. But again, we're still not seeing any of the spawn stuff. And again, I have it set to high, so technically I should not have this much dead luck when finding one. I should have already like found at least one through the 5 jungle biomes I've been through. Yeah, we are just oofed when it comes to the development of this plugin. And I'm not gonna lie, when the plugin first, like when I first bought it, the plugin actually worked fine. It's only after the game updated or they done some update to the plugin to where it just is not generating them in the biome they should be. And secondhand, they're not spawning as often as they should be. See, now that is a desert. This is a desert. Let's see if we can find the desert one. Okay, so I should have a chance at finding the desert biome now, desert temple, because we're in a desert. And how many deserts we've been through in the past few streams, like literally just flying about looking. Because there is going to be new desert temples, which is not going to be the regular desert temples you guys are used to. And we're just going to kind of look. The last time I seen one was back when I first got the mod, and it was kind of like up near water. Actually, no, I think the last time I seen it was when Pombo found one. And like you had the little village, and then somewhere like here would have been where it was at on the last one, or it was like somewhere over here. I know it was like a little distance from the village, but yeah, we're just not getting the new temples spawning like they should be. Especially now that I've set all the temples to be on a higher spawn rate. You would think on a higher spawn rate, I would have already landed on one, which is very crazy. It makes me want to think like if I flew that way and went like at least 100 blocks out from the desert, maybe one would be there. Maybe somehow they're spawning under the water. But I'm not going to lie, boys. We are not seeing a single new structure. Apart from like the raid tower, like the new raid villages and stuff like that. But like the actual, you know, temples has not spawned. And to make this even funnier, I haven't even found a regular Minecraft temple yet either, which is crazy to think about. I've covered a lot. Now, this right here, yes, I could call this a fucking desert. Okay? It's huge. It's good. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got a regular Minecraft temple. This is the regular one. This ain't the modded one. But I still haven't even found the modded one. Or I should say the plug-in one. It's a plug-in. It's a modded version of those, which are actually bigger, but like plug-in. Where is it? I really hate to say that because this is a desert, that's a savanna. And I'd laugh if I seen one in the savannah or somehow a jungle, like not a jungle, but a desert one spawned in the jungle and not in its actual biome. Because that seems to be the case for every single one of them I've found so far. Because at this point, it's RIP, my dude. Because I'd ask, like, did they remove it to work on the 1 FPS that was going on? But then I can't say that because the Jungle Temple was doing it, and I said both the Desert and Jungle Temple was when I gave them the email, pretty much. And I found a jungle one. It's just not in the jungle. And then they've updated the game to make it where you can remove the particle effect. That way you're not getting the FPS drop, but I'm not seeing the new temple. It's like they just deactivated it. Like massively done something to deal with how it spawns in. And if you're wondering about the plugin I'm talking about, let's show it off before I end the stream here. So if we go down, we're going to go to global resources. We're actually resource packs. Hold on. Resource packs. And we are talking about better structures, which we can see is right now being black and purple squared, but it's this. Simply, it is this. It's this plugin where we're supposed to have all this extra other cool stuff. Okay, like the cool little temples there you see in the middle of your screen. The one with the wolf face that we've seen in the jungle that I've found on my multiplayer in the wrong biome. You see here, explore your own world where it shows this, and it's in a jungle biome in the screenshot. Why is mine in a birch? Second, there's the desert one. You can see the desert, and that's what we were looking for, but we never seen one in the game. It just didn't spawn. Over the vast bit of the desert we went over, and multiple deserts. We passed 3 deserts, and one being the biggest one. Nada. Just was not showing up in game. And I hate to say that because it's not even just those two is the reason. If you look there in the nether one, you're going to see there's like blue torches, an actual castle look in the middle with stuff coming off the side of it, looking like an actual fortress slash castle. I can't even find one of those on my multiplayer. We spent like 3 days flying around the nether doing a lot of different shit. Well, also one of the days we actively flew out like what? Like basically 10,000 blocks and could not even find one. It just wasn't spawning. The ships are spawning. The little villager outpost thingies are spawning, which uh is you see at the top right there at the nighttime picture with the tower, that's spawning. The little thing to the left of it is spawning. The thing below, not the desert one, but the one to the right, I think that was spawning. The ships were definitely spawning, but the nether thing, the jungle, uh, and the pyramid, like both pyramids and then the nether stuff just was not spawning. I hate to say that. They're just not spawning. So yeah, as you can see, we flew around like even my single player, hitting multiple jungles, multiple deserts, nothing, my dude. And it's irritating. And it's a pack you gotta pay for, by the way, guys. Go look at it. I think it's like a 980 to like a 1,000 Minecraft coins. And yeah, it's not even working anywhere near remote of what it should be. So, developer of that, we need to hop to it. We need to figure out what's going on and get it out quick as possible. Um, and the reason I'm saying this is because it's not even just Minecraft that has issues like this, dude. Go to Ark Survival Ascended. There is mod developers right now where people are actively saying like they've quit doing updates to paid content. Like the game is still actively going and updating. They're actively still allowing people to buy the content, and it's not repaired to the point where it is working. It's like literally you crash when trying to use it, and they're actively not even doing anything to fix the crashing ASAP. Um, Even on like dead stuff and nothing news coming to it, they're just making sure it's still usable, meaning they just update the mod just to go with the update of the game to make sure there's no crashing or anything weird going on. Dude, they haven't even done that. They are making everyone wait for one of the mods there to update, which is like a $10-$20 mod, by the way, guys. So it ain't like it's a little $2 thing, a $4 thing, or something you could just click on and forget unless you're just someone that has a good amount of cash, right? Um, they're making you wait 6 months or longer to update the mod. Like literally, it's been broke for the longest time, and then they literally just sat down and told the community, "We're waiting for like Genesis 1 to get released." before they even think about updating the mod to bring a patch. But the funny thing is, when Genesis 1 comes, they're just going to have to work on the mod further in order to do everything. You just go ahead and release the patch, and then just patch when Genesis 1 comes out. Let people actually use the mod and play on it as they should be. Stop scamming them. Um, so it's not even just Minecraft being like this, it's literally other games. And the funny thing is, I'm going to have people coming up in the comments being like, dude, it's just like $10, don't worry about it. But the thing is, what happens when that $10, like you're just letting it go? And here's the future thing. I think of the future, right? If you're letting a $10 item go, who's to say in the future they don't start doing it to a $20 item? And then it's multiple $20 items where $20 times 10 items is like, you know, $200 worth of content now, that we're talking about, that doesn't have it get updated, repaired. They just kind of blew you out on it, right? As in, stole from you pretty much and didn't give you what you expected. Now that's went from $20 to 200. Um, let's say in the future, good example of this, Call of Duty, the games nowadays, that are scamming the fuck out of their players, not only with content packs, but the game itself. Dude, $120 for a special edition of the game through a new game each year because they can't repetitively update a game for at least 2 or 3 years to actually let the life cycle go. So not only are you paying $120 one year for a game, you're doing $120 again the next year. By the way, now turns into like 4 years. That's $400, my dude. To be honest with you, the shit you spend over time add up. But back to what I was saying, like, dude, it could turn in from a $10 item thing to a $20 item thing to multiple $20 item things now, making you just waste your cash more, to even now on top of that $20 item thing, the whole entire fucking game. Just because you started out saying $10 wasn't anything. It's pocket chump change. They start seeing that and going, oh, $10. Okay, now we're making a little more, $20, $30, 40, now 100. And it just slowly gaps that bit over time to where now things at $100 can be bullshitted. You got to start somewhere, caring somewhere before it gets too fucking late. And for me, that is a $10, $20 pack that should be immediately working, which means if we care about 10 or $20, right, then we have to fucking care about a 60 to $100 game, which means companies can't rip you to fuck off. I think of the bigger picture, not of just the just today and now shit. So before we all become stupid and get ripped off to even higher prices, let's put our fucking foot down, please, community, and get paid content moving forward like it should be and not scams. Because if you're going to whine about, oh, my grandma got scammed and they took her money, then we should be caring about every form of scams, not just the ones that target your grandma. Let's remove scams completely, no matter where the fuck they're at. But anyways, love you guys. I'm going to pop off here for a minute because I'm going to run, go grab me a bite to eat, get me something to drink, and then we'll probably stream after that. I just wanted to get something off my chest and let you guys know why I didn't immediately start a fucking Call of Duty stream, which I talked about at the very beginning of this. Till next time, love you guys. Stay awesome. Peace.